Heights review. Let's get right to it. Action. What's going on, Alamo City Movie Talk fans? As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. aka Ryan 680.
I'm Angela, the Kelly Angela.
And this is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. Thank you so much for making this a part of your day. You know what to do, guys. Like, share, and subscribe. Let's get right to it. We're finally back, guys. We finally came back from our Disney trip, so sorry for not posting as much as we usually do. But thank you so much, every single one of you guys, every single one of our subscribers. We just hit, I think it was like 26,700. So we are so close. So close to hitting our goal, which is 30,000. I want to hit 30,000. Preferably, March. Hopefully, we'll see. 27,715 subscribers as of right now. Which thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much, guys. But let's get right to it. What are we talking about today, Angela?
So we are reviewing the 2026 adaptation of Wuthering Heights.
Yep.
So a passionate and tumultuous love story set against the backdrop of the Yorkshire Moors, exploring the intense and destructive relationship between Heathcliff and Catherine Earnshaw.
Yeah.
So Ryan, kick us off. We saw a lot of promo about this. The trailers.
Yeah.
Pretty much in every movie we were kind of seeing up to this.
Definitely saw a lot of
dropped
marketing.
The trailer, a lot of marketing.
Yeah.
Jacob, I think it's Elordi.
Yeah.
Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on this? Because and we're going to preface this by saying neither one of us have read the book.
Yeah, none of us have read the book. But here's the thing I do want to say. From the trailer's perspective, and I do want to talk about, because Angela did find some more inside scoop on the TikTok world of it. So I'm going to, before we get into the review, I do want to say that as well before we dissect everything. But first and foremost, from the trailers, what I honestly got out of it, I thought it was going to be 50 Shades of Grey. The way it was kind of portraying, the way it was kind of like lusting and like, I can't be with him. I thought it was because of just like everything else, money and everything. And then come to find out, it's a little bit more than that. When Angela found out more stuff, I guess people were basing it off because, again, this is based off the book and everything. But I honestly thought it was going to be way more, I guess, I don't want to say sexual, but just a little bit more intense, sexual intense.
Passionate?
And passionate. Yeah, whatever you want to say. Use your own terminology there. But I honestly expect a little bit more of that. And we got a little bit more story, which was okay for me. I just feel like the 2-hour mark, it was 2 hours and 16 minutes or 15 minutes. I feel like that was way too long, but that's just me. Anyways, going back into, before we get into this review, Angela, what were your, because you were telling me, I found out Angela was telling me more stuff about this before we saw this movie, was the fact that the actor Jacob, nothing on him. It's mainly the casting, the creative side of the film.
I take this from people posting about this.
People's opinion about it.
On social media, about how they were not happy with the casting of Heathcliff's character. Just it's very different from the book. And because of that departure, it kind of, you lose a little bit of the arc of Heathcliff's character, his character arc. So
expand.
Again, this is what I'm hearing on social media, is that people were saying that they had hoped someone else, not whitewashed, was casted as Heathcliff.
Not Caucasian, yeah.
Not Caucasian.
Yeah.
Just because apparently in the book, it's a lot about like he is written to be a character of color. Okay. And that adds to his character arc of like
because
trying to become successful. Apparently,
again, because he's in poverty.
I take this as like a messenger kind of thing. Something I've seen on social media. A lot of people posting about it. I also did read after we saw the movie that this adaptation is a really far departure, because I think the novel itself is like almost 400 pages. That this movie kind of maybe stops like halfway through, and it changes a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, so wow. I think in the book they had said that you actually see Kathy have a daughter, and then Heathcliff has. So it's a big departure from
totally different than the movie.
The movie is from the book. So and then you see, I think Heathcliff's son, if you will, I think, meets the daughter. It's a whole thing, but it apparently it's just very, very different, and maybe instead of being based on the book, it's inspired by the book. That's what I would say the movie is. But there's just a lot of differences. Again, I'm gonna have to read it one of these days to get the full story, but that's just the differences I've heard of. So you can tell me what differences, if you've read the book and you've seen the movie, what are the major changes from the two. So, but given that, we're only going to review the movie side because that's
Yeah.
all we have based
Of course, yeah.
What were your initial thoughts after seeing this? I know you said you kind of wanted it to be, or you thought it would be, and that was what the trailer said. It does give that impression. It's going to be very passionate, very sexual, very 50 Shades of Grey-ish.
And Jacob's known to do these kind of roles, and Margot Robbie kills it for these passionate roles. I thought it was okay. It's just, for me, it very lingered a little bit on. It kept, I don't want to say milking it, but the story kept lingering. It would pace up, and then it kind of froze a little bit, and then it kind of was just like, okay, where's it going? Mm-hmm. The time lapses, we kind of could tell a little bit, but they didn't tell us, which is fine. But I just feel like that those time lapses that we got, they were kind of just like, it was just frozen in time. If that makes, it's just our story kind of lost its pacing around those time lapses, because of the fact that you don't know where it's going, and then at the same time though, you're kind of like, well, nothing interesting is really happening. So it's just, you kind of get lost into the story to where like, okay, so this is Margot Robbie's story. This is her character story. And we get to see her, kind of play this kind of character to where like, yeah, she's in poverty. But again, they didn't really expand on it. They kind of touched up on the dad did spend money, all the money, all the riches, or if you will. And so, but it really didn't expand to where like, it didn't show us that how she met him in a way. I mean, it kind of did, but then it kind of didn't show their chemistry together between her and her husband, which is always kind of a missed opportunity there because we kind of didn't see them too much together. And I get that because it's mainly focused in on her and Jacob's character. So Heathcliff. So it's just, I definitely understood that. But at the same time, I wish I would have gone like, we didn't get too much of her with expanding on, was her marriage even that bad? Is it just the fact that she wished she should have married the other guy?
Yeah, so it's very obvious that she has regrets about not marrying Heathcliff in the movie. Movie's perspective, they don't paint the husband that she marries as a bad person. He's very wealthy. He's had success in his trades and business, and he seems to adore her. So like you're right. Like, does she have that life is bad? But there is always this longing that Margot Robbie's character portrays, that she doesn't love her husband as much as she longs for Heathcliff. And it's like one of those true love kind of things. But again, though, it's like, okay, is it the wrong place, wrong time? But essentially, they were at the right place at the right time because Heathcliff grew up with him. So it's whatever. Story. Yeah, it's definitely complicated, right? Just like everything else. Mm-hmm. But in reality, though, I get it. She just wasn't assured that he could provide for her in a way. Which
because at the time, big thing at the time. And so I would even argue that it definitely cuts a significant part of the novel, like you already said. And I saw other reviews say the same thing. So it's like, damn. So I'm kind of curious. Significant parts. And people argue, many critics have argued and fans argue the adaptation cuts significant parts of the novel, notably the second generation storyline, and tones down the darker emotional and psychological elements in favor of surface glamour. And they're saying so when I saw other reviews, I was like, people were upset because it looked too glamorous for the eye.
Yeah,
we saw like the time lapses. We saw that because whenever she was pushing her to swing, like it was just freaking weird, like just kind of different scenes. But again, I was all like, wait, so they are supposed to be rich, and I guess it adds on to that story. I don't know, but
I think the big point missed by cutting out the next generation storyline was, I think it was, I had read it was really big on generational trauma. So I think the Heathcliff takes in a like a ward, if you will. And Heathcliff, I know in the movie they portrayed him as like a complicated, mysterious character, but I think in the books, when I've heard people say is that he's not a good character. He's not a really good person.
So he's really, really bad.
Yeah, and it's just about the next generation breaking the trauma that they experienced. So that was a big thing I had heard by cutting out that storyline, that was a big point missed. Yeah, from the book.
Yeah, and I even saw some other reviewers really say that it lacks the emotional depth and fails to capture the tragedy that unfolds. Because I'll be honest here, we didn't read. I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but I mean, obviously, if you read the book, this is no news to you. If you Googled it, Margot Robbie's character Catherine dies, and I'm not gonna lie.
She dies in the book.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie though.
The daughter.
But I didn't feel
sad.
Sad. It's kind of weird for that. It's kind of weird to say that.
Okay,
yeah.
To be fair though, I didn't like Margot. I didn't like Catherine's character.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
I did not like Catherine's character at all.
Why?
She was very how could you say? I know they're supposed to be
Here we go.
grown up, but her character, at least in the movie adaptation.
Yeah.
This movie adaptation was she grew up kind of in nobility, kind of. So they had like a small status, her and her father.
Yeah.
Because they had a house, they had servants.
Yeah.
And of course they lost the money because of their dads. So it kind of felt like very privileged and in her own bubble, maybe.
Oh, like 100% in her own
really
bubble. 100%.
Reflected in how her character acted.
Yeah.
Very like, I don't even know how to describe it, but I just didn't like the way. I didn't like her character. I'm sorry. I didn't like Catherine. I did not like Catherine. Maybe the book, she's a little bit different. But in the film, this film adaptation, I did not like her character. And I agree. I did not feel that emotional connection when she passed.
Yeah.
I did cry, though, because of Jacob Elordi's performance when she died. Okay. I thought that was really good. I would say this movie, as much as I wanted to like it, I feel I loved Margot Robbie's performance and Jacob Elordi's performance more than the actual movie and story.
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
I think they put in their all. They had great chemistry on screen and even off screen. I've seen kind of some interviews and stuff on social media. Yeah, they have great chemistry together. But I just did not like the movie as much as them in it.
Okay,
if that makes sense.
All right. I got you. So it just, it's definitely one of those. It's definitely a Valentine's movie because I've been seeing a lot of people really talk about this film, and I've seen a lot of movie tickets being sold here because it's Valentine's weekend. I think Warner Brothers did a great job in releasing it on Valentine's Day weekend because I saw a lot of people talking about it, and I saw a lot of people buying tickets to go see this. So I saw movie theaters, even our own movie theater, like it wasn't too bad still, and even at night it had more selling tickets, more sold out, and it was packed. And even I see other moviegoers saying like, "Oh yeah, the theater was packed." So
that's really cool.
It's really cool to see that. But here's the thing, though. The demographic. I mean, I guess the audience for this was Valentine's Day, right? It was about the lust. Yeah,
because I think it's marketed that way.
It's marketed very, very much
romance.
so. I think it's marketed more of a 50 Shades of Grey, or more 365. Remember that one movie franchise that was on Netflix? Yeah, so it's like another rip-off of 50 Shades of Grey, but more sexual. So it's definitely one of those movies to where it lingers and focuses on that, but it doesn't really capitalize on it, which I feel, I'm be honest, like if you're pushing for that marketing, if you're pushing for that 50 Shades of Grey, do it, fulfill it, deliver it. But I feel like that they didn't, and I feel like moviegoers are not going to be happy about that.
Well, it did have its very
it had its love story.
Well, it did have some intimate scenes that are very passionate, I guess, if you could say. But
it was okay.
Again, it's nothing to the scale that like you say it's marketed to. And again, I at least for me, hearing that departs from the novel so much,
it's kind of like it's lost. It's its own entity, if you will.
Bit. Yeah. But again, I just really like their performance. All the cast, really. I mean, you had
scratch that. I'm sorry. We did see some sexual moments, not with just them two. I'll say that.
Yeah, but I gotta give
which that was pretty funny.
The rest of the cast. I mean, it's Hong Chow, Shahzad Latif, Alison Oliver. Even I recognize his face right away. Ewan Mitchell. He's from the House of the Dragon. So it was cool to see his face again. And a lot of these other cast did great. Again, it's nothing on that. It's nothing on Margot Robbie. Nothing on Jacob Elordi. But I just liked their performance more than the action movie, and I'm so sorry. And
that makes sense. I mean, it makes sense and everything. And I would say, even argue, like it's definitely going to be one of those movies to where it's marketed for Valentine's Day, and I feel like it's a good. I feel like it's going to make okay money, as far as the box office goes and everything. I feel
think
like
it has, because I think it's beating some of the other movies this weekend, like Crime 101. I think it was beating that so far in the opening weekend.
Yeah, no, most definitely, and I'm kind of curious to see how much money it really makes. Let's check. Let me look at the budget real quick for this movie, because I'm actually very, very curious. So the budget for this film as of right now is $80 million before marketing. So marketing, I would say another $5 million,
probably more,
5 to 10. Okay. That's a lot. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how much it makes on the box office, but we'll definitely check it out. And also another film that we're about to talk about next is the film called Goat. So there's definitely, if you don't have a Valentine, it's all right. You can take your kids out to go see this movie. It's not The Goat, sorry. It's Goat movie where it's animation Sony Pictures film. It's really, really good. So we'll talk about that movie next. But yeah, let's go to ratings, Angela. What do you think about this movie? 1 out of 10, 10 being the highest.
I would give it, just me personally, again, nothing on the novel, nothing on the performances. But to boil it down to the story again, I just couldn't follow it very well. There was definitely pacing issues for me. I would give it a solid 4, unfortunately, just because I don't see myself watching this again.
Yeah.
And I don't see myself buying it or recommending it to people. Yeah. I mean, if you're a fan of the novel, I would say sure, give it a try just to kind of for your own see how it differs.
I think they'll be more upset though.
Maybe, yeah. I think most film adaptations don't live up to the book, and it does make me want to read the book to kind of see the differences. But again, the movie, this adaptation did not live up for me.
Damn.
So unfortunately, it's gonna be a 4.
Damn.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Crickets here. Crickets. Okay. All right. Okay. So, I thought this movie was solid. It was still okay for me. Again, it goes back to the runtime for me. I think the runtime really killed it for me. If they really want to really progress the story, I feel like we should have just got a quick 1 year later or a few moments later, like from SpongeBob or like something like that, where just time lapses over and where she does, we do see her daughter already born, or maybe like you already said, like she dies in the novel. Okay, that's fine. I wish it would have just showed that quick glance, and it really would have cut down a lot of the runtime because we got a lot of like 15 to 20 minutes I really could have taken out. And still be a really good solid movie being right under 2 hours. So right now I'm looking at the box office. Rating, I'm going to have to give it a 4.5 out of 10. Almost a 5, guys. So yeah, I know crickets all day, every day, I know. But let's go to domestic box office because this movie's actually making pretty solid numbers here. So as of right now, it's expected to make $40 million after the opening weekend, which is really, really fucking good. Number 1 in domestic box office here in San Antonio, here in in the United States. Internationally, about 42 million from overseas markets, which brings this worldwide total to $76.8 million, equaling up to 82 million globally so far. So it has made its budget. 82 million. And the rest of it's gravy after that. I mean, I could see more people watching it throughout the week, especially tomorrow. So when that's President's weekend, so they actually get that good bump, counting that as well for the opening weekend, even though it's a third day because it's President's Day. A Memorial Day weekend falls under that too, at the same time. So yeah, I'm actually very, very excited to see what more we're gonna see because it's a Warner Brothers film, and I want every Warner Brothers movie. I'm biased. I want every Warner Brothers movie to be great. I just love Warner Brothers. But yeah, no, this is a really good risk and a risk of a take of a film, and I suggest everyone to go see this at the biggest screen possible and give your own take, give your own perspective. But hey, there you have it, guys. 4.5. Angela give it a 4 out of 10. Oh man, crickets. Oh, okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day. As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. And you can Ryan 680.
I'm Angela, that Kelly Angie.
It's Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. You know what to do. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you at the movies. Latest.